Welcome, friends. Today we have with us Lord Owen. He has been Honourable Member of Parliament for 26 years from the Plymouth constituency. He has been a Foreign Minister. He has been a Health Minister. Sir, what are your views basically about the current stalemate situation between the EU and the UK after Brexit?
I think it was always going to be a very difficult negotiation. Article 50 is highly weighted and deliberately designed by people who were lifelong federalists who never wanted Britain to leave. So Article 50 is placed in a dominant position for the EU negotiator. So it's hard for the British to get their view across. But I think there probably will be a negotiated settlement. Britain will leave in the end of March next year, 2019. There'll be a transition period from then until the end of December 2020. And come the year 21, Britain will be out of the EU, more or less completely, with probably a trade agreement broadly similar to Canada. And we will have to earn our living in the markets of the world rather more than we did behind the somewhat protectionist envelope of European single market. But we will be back again as a sovereign nation, capable of making our own decisions, no longer having to consult with 27 other countries, and often settling on the lowest common denominator. In any large grouping of countries, it's pretty hard to get the toughest, the most realistic decisions. And, I think there is a strong wish in Europe certainly now led by President Macron in France, for a federal Europe. I've never believed in federal Europe. One of the reasons why I voted as I did to leave in the referendum was I thought that the only real way that Europe can sort itself out, once you have a currency, you have to have a country. Very, very hard to run a successful currency without being a single country. And I think that that's the direction they're going in. Good luck to them. They want it. If Germany is ready to finance France in any French economic difficulties, good luck to them. I don't think Germany is ready to finance Italy. So I think the Eurozone, which will be the tight federal grouping, will be smaller than it currently is. But that's for them to decide. I'm still quite happy about the fact that Britain's coming out.
Do you think if there is no decision reached, hard Brexit will be better than no deal?
Yes, I don't want that, and I think that that's unlikely. I've always thought, it was an extraordinary situation. Our Prime Minister wins an election in 2015 with the promise of a referendum. He calls a referendum in 2016. He announces that he is going to stay, whatever the result, and he will respect the result. As soon as the result comes in, he doesn't respect the result, he resigns. We find out that the civil servants have not prepared any alternative. It's an extraordinary example of disgracefully bad government. Anyhow, Theresa May comes in. She was, if you like, a reluctant Remainer, and she's had a difficult time. She's beginning to get, I think, into her stride. I think her last speech went down well with her own party, and I think went down well with the country. And she is quite adamant that you have to hold in reserve that we will come out under WTO trading terms, even in as early as April 2019. Now, we are told by the head of our customs union that all the electronic and digitalized computer mechanisms to make that a smooth exit are going to be in place. He said that twice now to select committees. So I think that side of it, which was a concern to me, I would still prefer transition, another 2 years, and we've offered to pay our dues into the EU, it's quite a lot of money, during that 2-year period. I would have gone a different way. I would have got into the European Economic Area and, as a non-EU member, come out through that mechanism. But I wanted basically to give our industry and everybody a little more time. But if we don't get that time, and we certainly have got to be prepared to go in April 2019.